About with Tyler Butler, filmed in location at Pascone's Ristorante. Brought to you by Antiques and Tchotchkes, downtown Sarasota. Spotlight back at Pascone's Ristorante for the May special. I'm back with Chef Will. Welcome back.
Well, thank you, Tyler. It's always a pleasure to be back.
All right, I'm starved. What do we have for our friends and myself?
Well, for our May special, we're going to do a manicotti, and this is our version.
Oh, I can't wait. Okay. All right, let's get started.
First, I'm going to start with a little bit of ricotta cheese, about a cup and a half, a little bit of onion, probably 1 tablespoon, a little bit of tomato, 1 tablespoon, a little bit of Parmesan, grated Parmesan, 1 tablespoon, fresh basil, roughly 1 tablespoon, fine dice of red and yellow pepper. Guess what? 1 tablespoon. A little bit of salt and pepper. And this is always up to your discretion whether you want a little bit extra salt and pepper or not. We add about 1/8 of a teaspoon. All right. And then we're going to combine it together. Just like such.
Now, when I think manicotti, I think a little pasta. However, I think today's going to be a little different, right?
Yeah, it's traditionally done pasta, and I grew up as a child. It was always done with pasta. But one thing I did realize is that when you go to Italy, a lot of places, it's done with a crepe. But in America, we tend to do it with a pasta. And from what I've read and understood, it was introduced in the 1930s as the migration came through. We brought pasta instead of a crepe.
And when it comes to Pascone's, everything's done authentically. So we're going back to Italy, right?
Yes, sir.
All right.
While that's happening, we got our pan smoking lightly. We're going to add our crepe. We're going to do our crepe fresh here.
Wow, nice.
So
it looks like a special crepe pan too, right?
This is a special crepe pan. We tend to do this crepe just a little bit thicker because what happens is when the moisture comes out of all the vegetables, it's going to get a little bit moist. So we want it to be just a little bit thicker, but we don't want it to be too thick as in a pancake thick.
And using gas stove versus electric again, cooks very fast.
Very fast, exactly. So we'll just give it a little flip. Wow, you see how fast that goes.
Nice. Perfect temperature.
Yes, nice color. It's going to be nice and evenly brown. And then we're going to give it one more flip to take a look at it. Nice. It's perfect. I'm going to turn off the burner. We're going to slide it. Now, when we pull it, we're going to pull it about halfway onto our sizzle pan, which is really liberally greased. I'm going to take it over here. Now, why we leave it off about a third or about a third is that we're going to do this. We're going to place all our ingredients.
Ooh, nice. Look at that. Fresh ingredients, of course.
Nice and full. I'm going to slide that there. We're going to take that and slide that out of the way. And what we're going to do is we're going to use that little tail, bring it up and over, roll it, tuck it, and go just like that. I'm going to slide it off. Hopefully this will work. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to get our room temperature pomodoro. Place a little bit of fresh pomodoro on the bottom. I'm going to sit that right there. I'm going to pick this back up. Right on top. Right, a little bit more pomodoro. And it's a good portion. Once again, we at Pascone's don't like small portions.
Well, you know what I like to do with that sauce? I like to take that good Italian bread that you get with your dinner here at Pascone's and stick it right in that sauce.
Yeah, too. You're absolutely correct. And then we have some of our nice shredded mozzarella. And our mozzarella here is, we buy a particular brand of mozzarella, and it has just a little bit of a buffalo mozzarella inside of it. So it gives it a little bit of sweetness and a little bit of acidity from that buffalo milk. Now we take that, we're going to place that in the oven. We're going to grab our tongs, place that in the oven.
Oh, and the magic of TV.
And the magic of TV, voila. I'm going to reach over here, grab a plate. Slide that there, just as such.
How long do you keep that in the oven?
That's roughly about 10 to 12 minutes. And in our oven, because some home ovens aren't calibrated as correctly, it may just take a little bit longer. And if you want
enough for the cheese to be melted on the top.
just enough for the cheese to be melted on the top, and we just pop it underneath the broiler for a little bit, give it a nice little brown golden color, and that's it.
Man, nice.
And then we're going to pair that with our J Vineyards. It's a Russian River Valley, Sonoma County Chardonnay, and as everybody knows, Tyler, I have to take a complimentary sip every episode here. Wow. And it's incredible. It's an incredible pairing. It's going to bring out the vibrancy of all the vegetables for spring. It has a balanced acidity and sweetness of the fruit, and I think you'll really enjoy it with this special.
Nice and fresh, of course, Pascone's Ristorante, the Manicotti May Special, right here. We'll see you once again when we're out and about Sarasota. Spotlight back to you.
Out and About Sarasota made possible by these fine sponsors. This has been an Out and About media production and a broadcast of